I've been doing this for 11 years at this company. It's there's, but it's also I'm 54, and you kind of think of your mortality. I mean, it's just all this shit that's coming at me right now.
You're a baby.
I know. And
58.
so, but my neighbors, I saw them last night, and they're going, dude, you're way better than you were, because we were like scared.
They mean you're healthier now than you were in
than
November.
when they saw me, because they were like, back in you like something switched, like in October, November, December.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Yeah.
And then even when my buddy came down to Florida, he was like, yeah, but you weren't there yet. But he goes, you were better, but you still were kind of, and then, when he, then, we went to a wake last night. And
oh, jeez.
I know.
Okay.
So, seeing that person in the, I haven't, I've gone to 2 wakes, about 3 wakes in my life, right? So.
That's it?
Well, because, I was, one was my best friend in 6th grade.
Oh.
Died in a motorcycle accident. That was awful.
And that was in 6th grade?
Yeah.
We never talked about that.
No. So.
Dan, remember like when we talk about trauma?
Yeah.
And
but I don't remember any of that. I mean, you don't remember.
You don't, but your subconscious does.
Yeah. So then I went to my neighbor's father's wake a few years back. So the captain, I knew him, right? So it was awful, like seeing her cry coming down the thing, and I was just like, and then and then going to the one last night, seeing him in the coffin. It's just, and I was on Monday, I was just talking to my buddy and some of my health issues, right? Because it's a Navy buddy of mine, and we were hanging out, and just started talking about mortality and stuff, and we were talking about our health, and he was talking about his dad dying 12 years ago and stuff, and we just, I don't know, right? It's just this
weirdness,
and I think the health thing.
Yeah.
I just think that there's something
going on,
and I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And so I said that to last night to my neighbors, like, Dan, you're back.
Okay.
So they think I'm back.
Okay.
And they go, it's in your head.
So there's always therapy.
So I think,
Did you reach out to Donnie?
No, I'm going to do that. I just have,
All right. So let's go back to how were you introduced to holistic health, or how were you, and Heart of a Veteran? So what was your first experience with Heart of a Veteran?
I don't know. Well, it was a first experience with Heart of a Veteran. Well, it was through you, right? So.
Okay.
Oh, man, that was a long time ago. I can't remember when was that?
10 years?
10 years easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I know you've been involved, when we were just trying to think of. I mean, it's been so long, right? And so it's.
Okay, so let's go back to you came to Higher Energy Massage Therapy to get a massage for your shoulder.
Yeah, so I was playing baseball and everything like that, and I came to see you because I haven't played in 20-some years, and then I came and I was hurting all over my body, and then.
And how was that experience?
It was a great experience.
Okay.
It was awesome, right? So you've cured all my ills, and felt unbelievable, after doing that, and so, playing baseball for, kept going back and seeing you because I kept getting hurt playing baseball because I'm older, right? So playing old man baseball.
And then we had you see Amy.
Yeah, well, first it was Sharon.
Oh, first it was Sharon, that's right. So you got sick.
I was sick.
And I wasn't available to help you.
Yeah, so I called you out because I was feeling terrible, right? So this was, because I had an ear infection coming back from work. Well, so I was flying from a plane, and then my eardrum blew out. And so this was in February of 2019. And then it turned into, I got sick, then it turned into flu, then it turned into bronchitis, then it turned into pneumonia.
Right.
And so I had this cough that I couldn't get rid of, and I had this wheezing. And so this was going on through till May. And so it was February through May. I was still traveling and doing everything.
And you had gone to your doctor, right? And
Yeah,
gotten, and it
so
still wasn't helping.
No, because they were giving me all kinds of medicines.
And that's when you called.
That's when I
me.
called you. I'm like, I need help, and
Okay.
because I need relief, and
Yes.
this is awful.
And then we referred you for some lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, for lymphatic drainage.
With National Lymphatic Center.
National Lymphatic Center. And so, seeing her, and she was like, touched my face, and I go, I know I'm fat. She's like, you're not fat. You just have, inflammation. And she goes, I can heal you in 3 visits. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so I've been continually coughing, felt horrible.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's like, oh my God, you got to do something about this. This is terrible. So then I went and saw, Sharon, a lymphatic, and the very first time she did it, I felt like I could jump 50 feet higher. I felt like everything just got relieved.
Yeah.
And so I came back, and my wife's like, "Oh my God!" You're like, "What happened?" Because you're so thin now with your face, and then you have no cough.
Right.
And so that was my first experience,
and that was the beginning, sort of the beginning of your journey
yes.
of holistic.
Holistic.
Yeah.
Yes. So after that, I was amazed with everything, and then started understanding more about the body and how the lymphatic system and the fascia and all this other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
and then we brought you in through Heart of a Veteran.
Yep. And then I was doing because again playing baseball and other stuff, and so I saw Amy,
who is our sports therapist, and she does gua sha.
Yep. Right. So, what we. Doing
with her wicked fish.
With her and using what is it, grafting,
grastining,
right?
Yeah.
So, and that helped tremendously, right? I had lots of muscle issues
and imbalances.
Yep, and imbalances. So that's so that was the next step, and then continue going to seeing Sharon and yourself.
Yeah.
Different things, and then we had talked a lot about with people, but the thing is you empath basically, that you can feel things, and you can touch and you understand stuff, and you can read people's minds potentially. So you never read mine because it's a mess up there. But so then So then I got a baseball injury, again going back to baseball. I got knocked out, got flipped over, landed on my head and my shoulder. And then this was in July, and I'm just like, man, I'm hurting. I can't open the door, I can't move my left arm, and then my back started hurting. And then still playing baseball, and then I saw you, and I'm like, I need help. Can you relieve my back?
Yes.
And then you started doing this, and then I kept turning, and you're like, it's not muscle, right? You go, all right, do a push up, do this.
And you were strong.
And I was strong. You go, you're strong. It's
it
not
was just
muscular.
when you were trying to lay down.
Lay down. You go, it's not muscular. And then you said, go touch your head over here, because I told you about this brain injury. So I went like this, then go do it. And it was like, oh my God, I can do all that stuff. And then you said, all right, you need to go back and see Sharon with lymphatic and tell her what happened. And so when I told Sharon, she's like, got it. So then she did her, lymphatic massage on the head and relieved it. And from there, it literally, right after I got off the table after an hour, it was gone.
Yeah.
And so it was like, holy mackerel. But, and then I saw her a few more times because I had to release it because apparently it was right between the 3 pieces of the bone right there. Right. So, it was a brain injury from that standpoint. So I know it sounds like my life is a mess from a health standpoint, right? So then I was, so that was in July of last year. So that's July of 2021, the injury. Then I got the relief in November of 2021. Then, I had this cough, and so I went and got to see a doctor, and so they said I had acid reflux. So I started taking some medicines. They're like, oh, you need to go see your primary. I'm like, I haven't seen primary in 8 years, unfortunately. So I finally saw the primary, and so like, let's go through all these different tests. I'm like, sure, let's throw everything out there. I've been pretty healthy. From, you know, I get blood work every year and check it, and it says I'm like a 37-year-old or a 41-year-old when I'm 54 right now, right? So anyways, I then, unfortunately, it came back, the heart scan said I got calcium on the heart, so then I have to go through these echocardiograms and stress tests, etc. So I'm worried. I mean, it was a pretty dramatic test. I was in 90th 100th percentile from a test standpoint, which is not a good. I thought it was 90%. I'm the top. It was at the bottom. So then I'm worried about this and everything. So again, I reached out to you and like, hey, I just need help to kind of relief. Mm-hmm. So then you did the empathic, and then you go, you know what? I don't feel it's your, it's not your heart. It's you got acid reflux. I could feel that. But I didn't tell you. Then the other part, you go, you got the digestives. I think it's an ulcer. And so, so I went back, and fortunately, you know, I went, and my heart was clear, passed everything with flying colors. So that worked out from that standpoint. But I think with stress and everything like that, then I went and then met someone for chakra, Sarah, and so it was like, okay, let's look at how that is. And so she, did her stuff and was very accurate of everything that was going on.
And that was something very new, chakra clearing for you, and yeah,
very new. So, yeah.
And you've seen her twice.
I've seen her twice.
So
and it seems like it's cleared it up because she'll ask me, what should I work on? I'm like, just you tell me. I just make me better because I already know what's going on. I just want to see what she sees, and then she's like, well, I know you got some issues intestinal, and you need to clear that out, and your heart's not connected to your brain and stuff like that, and and then she does it, and it feels a relief.
So how have you changed your views from traditional medical to holistic? Has holistic healing been helpful for you?
Oh, holistic has been, yes, very helpful.
Okay.
I go to a chiropractor too.
Yeah.
So let's go through this whole thing again too. So I've been seeing this chiropractor, so I'd be working out at the gym. So I've been seeing the chiropractor since 2019, again for baseball and everything like this. And I'm like, all right. And so it helped me, Well, I know after you helped me that one time, I hit a home run, right? It was awesome, right? Because I could twist and everything like this. And then the chiropractor helps it from that standpoint too. So anyways, I'd seen this person, but then when I got hurt in July, again, I hadn't seen him. And then when all this stuff was happening, I went and saw him in January, and he asked me, he goes, because to do the test, he goes, have you had trauma? I'm like, what are you talking about? Because he goes, your back, it's all black, because they do a muscle test, and then they do the skeleton test, right? So with the electronics, and, I talked to him about, but asked how all that stuff, what it connects to from the spine, and it was digestive stuff, and some of the other stuff was hard, and I'm like, okay, so been seeing him religiously with that, and now it's helped relieve that, so my back doesn't hurt too, but then also the digestive system's helped out tremendously because of that, and I still need to continue on that, but it's also so all these things, so I still doctors need from that, so that, I got the x-rays, the blood tests, and all these other things, right? But in the meantime, I was seeing a neurologist. So I've seen other people, because the whole thing is from a health standpoint, and you can't put a price on health. So
and did you see our functional neurologist?
Yeah.
Dr. Imber?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So I saw him, and he essentially said, he goes, I see a lot of unhealthy people. You're very healthy from my standpoint, what I see, but, you're an A-type personality, so and you're telling me there's an issue, there's probably some issues, so we're still continuing having those things, right? So, so I've talked to other people about the lymphatic. I remember referring, I saw someone, and I saw his face, and he was doing the cough drops all the time, and I'm like, it's inflammation, and then he actually went in, he's like, oh my gosh, this thing just relieved it, right? So I think it's a lot of, you don't get taught all this stuff, right? And so, very fortunate I met you to be able to go down this road, or I'd be
And I know Heart of a Veteran has paid for some of your things, and so have you would you recommend Heart of a Veteran to other veterans
Oh, without a
to
doubt.
get the care they
Oh,
need?
without a doubt,
Okay.
yes. Because you don't even know what you don't know until you do it. And here's the thing is,
And it seems odd, and I
It
get
does.
that. What we do is very different,
different.
but you gave it a chance.
Well, what? Here's the thing is, if for your health, you'll do whatever it takes to get better, right? I
Mhm.
mean, whatever it might be, right? You see the doctors,
Yeah.
you want to, whatever that you think that this, and you don't even know, so just
Right.
get the relief from it, right?
Mhm.
So I think, I mean, definitely with you, and then the lymphatic thing has been night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
So we're very lucky to have the practitioners that we
Yes.
have. And actually, at the golf outing, some of them are coming.
No,
So
perfect. Yes.
we'll get to meet you. We'll be at our golf outing, and we
Yes.
have some of the practitioners are coming. So I'm very excited about that. That
Yes.
people will get to meet them.
Yeah.
So if you met a veteran in need, what would you? Because I think everybody's used to going to the VA
Yep.
or their primary care. What would you say to a veteran who had either chronic pain issues or emotional issues, or what would you say to them about Heart of a Veteran?
I'd say call you, call Jordan, and and then because you've had all this experience that you in a short period of time, just from talking and
Mhm.
touch, that you can say, here's some things that I think that are happening, because you've
Yeah.
never been wrong in any of that stuff, so
Right.
it's been good. So
Yeah.
the Miyagi hands, right? So that's where I'm like, yeah, I mean it doesn't hurt. I mean, because it's priceless to have your health, right? You can't put a price on it.
And if we're covering it at
Yeah.
100%,
Then why wouldn't you do it?
right?
Because it works. I mean, you probably talk to other people,
Okay.
right?
All right. Dan, we appreciate having you as part of Heart of a Veteran. You have been a huge supporter of Heart of a Veteran for years, from the very beginning, I think, since the book came out. So
Yeah.
we love you for that, and we will obviously continue to help you in any way that we can, as you know. So thank you for taking the time to do this.
Appreciate you. No, thank you.
And we can't wait to see where your health journey goes from here.
Me too.
All